Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you kind of know there's a beef going on right now between the Islamic regime of Iran and Israel. And if you've been on the internet for any amount of time, you know there's a whole lot of people who are just ignorant, but think they know a whole lot. And unfortunately, many of these people have platforms with a lot of followers and a whole bunch of useful idiots.
But the people are retarded.
Who clap and cheer for them when they say something stupid. It's like they're bots. They don't have any kind of critical thinking skills. Now, one such ignoramus is known by the name Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg is somebody that has zero business not only speaking about the conflict between the Islamic regime of Iran and Israel, but anything that has to do with the Middle East. She really needs to shut up on this issue, because not only does she sound like an idiot, her takes are extremely dangerous. Now, let's go ahead and listen to some of what she has said.
That's why you had all of these folks who come together, and yeah, it's it's slow.
But let's just remember too, the Iranians literally throw gay people off of buildings. They don't adhere to basic human rights.
Listen, here's the thing. Let's not do that.
Oh no! Let's not start with that.
Because if we start with that, we have been known in this country to tie gay folks to the car.
I'm sorry, but where the Iranian regime is today in 2025 is nothing
used
compared
to
to the
just
United
keep
States.
hanging black people. So
It is not even the same. I couldn't step foot during this.
Wait. That's not what you mean to say. It is the same.
It's not the same, Whoopi. It is not the same.
No, it's not. The year 2025 in the United States is nothing like if I step foot wearing this outfit in Toronto.
Killed for I'm sorry.
Well, they look like
listen,
I can't have my hair showing. I can't wear a skirt. I can't have my arms out.
I'm telling you,
I literally said it was up to the Iranian people.
Yes,
it is up to them.
And that's why I am saying that it is the same. Murdering someone for their difference is not good, whoever does it. It's not good. So that's why I said you weren't saying what I heard was not what you meant.
I think it's very different to live in the United States in 2025 than it is to live in Iran.
Not if you're black.
Not for everybody.
Not if you're black.
Guys, don't go to Tehran. Do not anyone at this table should go to Tehran.
Let me tell you about being in this country. This is the greatest country in the world. But yeah, I know that. And we all know that.
Tell me how she can go off and say, this is the greatest country in the world, and say, we all know that, and then say the experience in Iran is exactly the same. It's the same thing as the experience in the United States. Make it make sense. Like this woman, somebody explain to me how in the world this woman still has a platform to speak on. Like how? People have been deplatformed and canceled for saying way less. This woman is making what sounds to be excuses with the Islamic regime of Iran. She is saying that her experience is equivalent to the experience of Iranian women in 2025. Nobody's denying, and I'm not denying about the dark history of the United States of America, but we're not there anymore. We're not. No matter how hard things right now are in the US, it is nothing whatsoever compared to the hardships that women are experiencing in Iran right now. And it's not only women, there are men who are defending women that are also being imprisoned and unalived. Whoopi, did you know that every 6 hours in Iran, statistically, every 6 hours, somebody's being hung by a crane? Every single day? Did you know, as you sit there in the View, now shouldn't be surprised. I mean, this is the View. All you're gonna get is trash bombarded at you as you're listening to it, but that's besides the point. As you sit there with your nice hairstyle and your skin showing and speaking with loud voice, if a woman did that, she can get she gets unalived. You made your millions criticizing the government, and you still criticize the leader of the United States constantly, yet here you are. Still worth millions. Breathing oxygen, praise God. Like, this is what I want in the United States. The ability, no matter how stupid our opinions are like yours, Whoopi, you have the right to say it. But here you are. But you get unalived by the police in Iran for speaking up against the regime. How about homosexuals who go to prison for all their lives, if not unalived? How about the 9-year-old girl who is married off to a grown man constantly? Because in Iran, you could have marriage between a grown man and a 9-year-old and have intercourse with her. I'll get more into that because it's way more disgusting. Like, this is disgusting and depraved. It's worse. And I'll get it from their own sources in Iran. How about the women who are constantly SA'd in Iran and the men facing zero repercussion for it, zero punishment? Because, especially if you're a divorced woman, it's like, why do you care? It's not like you're a virgin. Why are you complaining? Now, their sources, I said I was going to get into it more with their sources. There is something in Iran that is followed that is called Tahrir al-Wasila, which is the clarification of the means of salvation. And I'm also going to explain what the word Ayatollah means. Ayatollah is not Khomeini's first name. He's not the leader of Iran's first name. It is a title that is given to somebody. Now, Tahrir al-Wasila was written not by this leader of Iran right now, but it was written by a leader that was previous to him, who is actually the founder of the Islamic regime of Iran. So he's the one that overthrew the Shah, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi. And he wrote something before then that caused him to have the view amongst other 12 Muslims in the area as being somebody with high theological knowledge. And he was giving the title Ayatollah. Ayatollah isn't, again, like I said, isn't the regime leader's first name. It's believed in 12-verse Shia Islam to symbolize a sign of God. It's a sign of religious authority, and high-ranking clerics have it in Shia Islam. So, he is the leader and knower of all things theological, moral, all things. Okay, and he wrote Tahrir al-Wasila. And we're going to read just a portion. It's a long, commentary book. And it's basically, okay, here are issues that happen and go on, and which they call problems. And here are solutions to them, and it tells you what to do. I'm going to read a small portion. Like I said, I'm going to get more on the whole child marriage and marrying off at 9 years old and how it's more disgusting than we think it is. And this is what we're going to do. So let's go ahead. And if you have any children that are around you listening to this, I ask you to please at least walk away or listen later, because it's extremely disgusting. I'm reading from problem 9. And as you can see, is marriage and nikah. and in this PDF is in page 228. It is approved to make hurry in giving one's daughter in marriage and give her in the protection of her husband after she attains maturity. It has been reported from Imam Jafar as-Sadiq that he said, "It is a sign of good luck of a man not to retain his daughter after she starts having menstruation." There's more. There is another report that says the virgin girls are like the fruits of the trees. When their fruits are ripe and they are not plucked, they become rotten by the sun and scattered by the winds. The same is the case with virgin girls. When they reach the stage the women reach, they have no remedy but marriage. They have to get married right away once they hit menstruation. One must not reject the proposal of a suitor if he happens to be one having desirable character, faith, and trustworthiness. You can pause and finish reading over here. So you have to give them off to marriage if a suitor comes. Wait, there's more. Let me get to the next page. Here's problem 12. Intercourse with a woman is not allowed unless she attains the age of 9 years. Let me read that again. Intercourse with a woman is not allowed unless she attains the age of 9 years. Here, they are calling a 9-year-old, the Ayatollah, the supreme leader before this one, who wrote this, who was the founder of the Islamic regime of Iran, said that you can have intercourse with 9-year-olds and calls 9-year-olds women. Wait, let's see what else it says. So, unless she attains the age of 9 years, regardless whether the marriage is permanent or temporary. So you could temporarily marry a 9-year-old, have intercourse with her, and then divorce her, throw her aside. There is, however, hold this one, you thought that was bad, let's continue. There is, however, no objection in other enjoyments, like touching less viciously, if I probably said that word wrong, hugging and rubbing the thighs, even with a suckling infant. Let that sink in. Oh, Whoopi, yeah, it's the same in Iran as it is here in the United States, huh? If a person has had intercourse with a girl before she has attained the age of 9 years, but it has not resulted in ifda, he shall not be subjected to any punishment, except that he shall be considered to have committed a sin. So, if he has had intercourse with a girl that's under the age of 9 and she hasn't been harmed, he's not going to be punished. I mean, he just committed a sin, but he ain't going to be punished. If his intercourse has resulted in ifta, so that the urinal and the menstrual or the menstrual blah, 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 she shall be rendered perpetually prohibited to him. Though, according to the more cautious opinion, it shall be so in the latter case. In any case, according to the stronger opinion, she shall not cease to be his wife. So all the laws related to her wifehood shall apply to her like mutual inheritance. Okay, this is all disgusting. This is talking about a child that's even younger than 9. But women in Iran have it just as bad as Whoopi Goldberg. Here's the thing. This is not a fringe belief. This is a belief that is held by these people. This is a belief that's held by 12er Shia Muslims. And here's another thing. The Ayatollah of Iran has significant influence on Shia Muslims in Yemen. You know, the Houthis, significant influence on Shia 12er Muslims in Lebanon in the form of Hezbollah. Hello? Like, this is the stuff that they would sit down and be like, yeah, because what, we trust him? Because he's a sign from Allah and he has all the theological knowledge, so why should we question him? But this definitely, 100% by those who follow him and the regime that Iran is under, this is the law. This is the law of Iran. But your experience is the same as that to women in Iran, Whoopi. As you sit there comfortably in your air-conditioned studio, out on national TV, saying and spewing utter and complete stupidity, your experience is the same as the Iranian woman in Iran. Could you say that in front of an Iranian woman? Oh, you did already. You just did. How out of touch from humanity are you to have such a disgusting take? It's demeaning. It diminishes the suffering and the trauma of these women, of the little girls. The unaliving rate of little girls to themselves. But your experience is the same. Stop talking about anything that has to do with the Middle East, not just Iran and Israel. And that other one that was there, if you listen later on, she came up and she was like, this is an illegal, preemptive strike is illegal. No, it was not illegal, actually. Even if you go look it up, they have some debate going on, but nothing says that it's flat out illegal. It is not a war crime. It's actually quite legal what they did. If you actually paid attention to the war and how everything actually started, there was the actual intel that came out that Iran is up 2 weeks away from developing nuclear weapons. A nation, a regime that has constantly said since they took power, DTA and DTI. Now, I don't want to be taken down by YouTube. If you've actually followed, you know exactly what I'm saying. But why can't the US and Israel have nuclear weapons? Because they have it for self-defense. Iran has been extremely clear on why they want nuclear weapons and what they will do with it. They have not hidden their intentions at all. They let you know. Now, would they do it? I would say there's an overwhelming chance they would, because 12er Shia Islam is a complete and utter death cult, and they will do anything to bring forth their Mahdi. So, again, spew all you want. I will even go as far as saying that these conservatives even that are saying, oh, America first, and this is not America's war, shut up. Look, this is going to be nothing. It's going to be a repeat of Iraq and Afghanistan. Shut up. No, it's not. Shut up. You have Iran that wants nothing to do with Islam, that do not want an Islamic regime, that do not want an Islamic Sharia compliant government, whose actual, population of Muslims is actually tanking, is becoming more secular. You don't compare that to Iraq and Afghanistan, who wanted Sharia compliant governments. Very different. But even if you look at Iraq right now, I mean, yeah, the Sharia compliant, but it's in the beginning it's been rocky, but right now it's like, yeah. And Afghanistan, don't get me started on Afghanistan, but Iran knows what they want. And here's the thing, too. If I will go, because this whole America First somehow became this America onlyist cult. That we are somehow supposed to, now the best thing to do for the world and ourselves is to isolate ourselves. That is an extremely stupid take. I mean, we have allies for a reason. Just like if anything happened to us, wouldn't we expect our allies to help us? I would expect, as an ally to Israel and even the people of Iran, if need be, I have no problem with the U.S. stepping in. I have zero problem with the U.S. stepping in. They already have things put in place. They're actually quite prepared. They actually have a 100-day plan once they topple the Islamic regime. They're quite organized. And they would be more than happy. I mean, yeah, Israel is bombing Iran, but the Iranians are extremely pro-Israel. This is very different than Afghanistan and Iraq. In Iraq, we had civilians unaliving American soldiers. And soldiers, like not just American soldiers that were fighting in Iraq, that weren't Iraqi and weren't Islamic. We don't have Iranian people wanting Israelis unalived, this is a very minority view of people in Iran that are pro-Iranian regime. I think it's very dangerous and it's very heartless to want, especially with the resources we do have in America, to sit down and be like, oh, I want to isolate myself. And now we're going to transform this America First ideology into an America onlyist isolated ideology and screw everybody else. I do think we should be taken care of first. This is the view when I say America first. Yes, us first, but we don't ignore and isolate ourselves from the rest of the world. We do not isolate ourselves from our allies. This is where I stand. And Whoopi Goldberg needs to shut up. And that's it for this video. Peace and grace.